Okay, here we are again for another episode on annuities. And in this one, we will calculate the present value. Okay, for this is and this is an ordinary simple annuity. So Kenny wants to receive $2,000 at the end of every 6 months for 5 years. Interest is 4.9% compounded semi-annually. Report monetary values to the nearest cent. How much should Kenny deposit at the beginning of the 5-year period to receive these payments? Now, please do not get deceived by this word beginning. That it just means it's the present value. You're putting in money in here. You're taking out money, and eventually, the end, you will have nothing left. And Kenny wants to receive $2,000, so let's put the $2,000 in there. And he wants to do that in the very 6 months. So PY is 2, and the compounding is semi-annually. So CY is also 2. Our interest is 4.9, as you can see right up here. So that is 4.9. And the present value is what needs to be computed. That is what Kenny has to have in there to receive this $2,000 every 6 months, twice per year. Yeah. Okay. All right. So let us begin. As we usually do, we go second IY. So PY is 2, it's there already, and so it's CY. So we don't need to do anything. You can enter them if you wish, but you don't need to. So this has to happen for 5 years. So we take the 5 years and we go second and n turns out to be 10. The interest rate is 4.9, so we go 4.9, and then we go IY. All right, present value is what we need to compute, as you can see right here. The payment, Kenny wants to receive $2,000, so $2,000, we enter it in the payment. All right. You wondered what happened there? Yes, we go 2,000 and then we click on it. Payment. Now, future value will be 0 because it will be all withdrawn. All right, so let's compute the present value and we get a number looking like 17,549.44. Okay. So how much will Kenny receive in total? Well, Kenny is receiving $2,000 10 times. There we go. So we can go and recall the payment, and we can multiply by recalling n, which is 10, and we get $20,000. All right. Kenny will receive $20,000, right? Yes. 20,000. All right. So how much of the money will Kenny receive as interest? So interest, you will take the amount that Kenny receives and subtract the present value. All right. So Kenny receives, maybe we should do something like that and put it up properly. So Kenny, is it EY? Well, we can fix that. Kenny receives, let's go to find out how much Kenny receives. Sorry about that. Kenny receives $20,000, correct? And the present value is 17,549.44. So interest. So what do we want to know? How much is the interest? Okay. So we should put Kenny receives interest, right? Receives interest in the amount of, okay, now we go. So now we have $20,000. That is what Kenny receives, 20,000 0.00, and then we have to subtract the amount that was the present value. So maybe we should put here first amount received minus the present value. All right, and that is equal to that amount right there. So we go and we compute that number. Now we can go back here. Like I said, we got the 20,000, so we subtract 17549.44, and that gives us 24. We can be very nice and go and what do we want to do? We could actually, let me see, edit. You can copy the display, I guess, copy the answer, it doesn't matter. Let's see if it works. We will put it there, and it doesn't work, eh? I guess it just it copied something, but it didn't do what we wanted it to do. So let's cancel there, and let's see if it copies the answer. I guess that's what we needed to do. We will try it again now. And there we have the answer, 2450.5. Okay, so we go 2450.56, and hopefully that is correct, and all is well. Very nice, very nice. We did it. So Kenny deposits $17,549.44, but because there is interest, that is why Kenny can receive $2,000 for 5 years. So in effect, Kenny receives this $20,000, and the amount of interest is $2,450.56. And that brings us to the end of another episode in annuities.